Welcome to my first live stream in a long time. I have not done one of these in a while. Usually I do these over on Zoom on my Patreon channel. Thought I would do a couple, try a live stream today here using some software that I'm messing around with. If you are out there and you are hearing this, please drop me a comment. Let me know everything's there. Everything's going okay. Looks like I'm on. Don't see any issues going on right now. Let's see if I can see who's in the chat or who's actually tuned in here. Like I said, if you're out there, let me know. I'm trying to figure out this thing, working out the kinks. Let's see if it'll actually... Anybody out there? Come back. All right, there we go. You guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me all right. All right, good. Is it loud and clear, Gary? Trying to monitor the chat here as it's coming in. So, well, anyway, welcome. I don't know how many viewers I got out there, so I think I got to do this a different way. This is one of my first times using this software, so bear with me a little bit. The Poconos, flatbed trucker, nice. Richard McComb, how you doing? Greg Wicks, Gary, man, a lot more people in here I thought there'd be. That's pretty cool. And as the chat comes in, I'll be able to see it hopefully here. If anybody else joins us. Yeah, so I'm just, if you're just joining in, I'm testing out this new webcam, web streaming live service that I'm trying to master here. So I got a couple things coming up in the future. I wanted to use this for, actually next week when I go to DIV, Digging in Virginia, for the Fort Bedford gang and myself want to get on and do some live streams. So I'm testing this out right now. Hopefully we can get all the kinks worked out before next week. So that'll be fun. We're going to Virginia, doing another hunt at what they call I forget where it's going. I've been there a couple times already. It's going to be a tough hunt. It's not going to be an easy one, but if anybody's going and you're in the chat, let me know. Welcome, Edwin. We'll try to do a couple live streams down there and just show people what people are finding if they stop by. I don't know where we're going to do the live stream yet. We talked about doing it in the restaurant there, the Pepper's restaurant outside the restaurant somewhere, but we'll figure it out. And so you guys can tune in and usually some people get into some really good stuff, find some really good stuff there. It's going to be a tough hunt though. I'm not going to lie. I didn't find much the last time I've been there. So we shall see. All right. Brian Burns, welcome my friend. Ricky Bennett. All right, this is exciting. I've got people in here. I didn't think I'd have anybody. Let me go to my YouTube channel and see if I can actually see you guys out there. Hopefully it won't screw anything up. Bear with me 1 second as I search for my own channel. Like I said, I don't do this very often, so this is a whole new gig for me. I don't do live streams very often. I don't feel like I got that much to say, but apparently you guys do like them. So all right, there we go. I got 12 on there right now. That's cool. Okay. Am I back, Gary? Did you lose me? Greg said he got back from Larry Cisna's hunt. How'd you do, Greg? I heard some people did good. I heard some people didn't do so good. North Carolina relic hunter, I should say. NC relic hunter, how are you, my friend? And Gary, who's also a YouTube member, is in here. Gary and the Goose. So anybody have any questions? Like I said, we're going to DIV this week. I'll be down there Fort Bedford, hang out with those guys, doing some live streams. Hopefully from the field, maybe a couple from the hotel. you know, it can be a lot of fun. I always like going down there. Those hunts are a lot of fun, getting to hang out with some people. I do want to give out to my buddy Alan, who will not be joining us on this hunt. Alan had some heart issues over the last couple of months, and I'm hoping that he'll catch this live stream a day or two later, and so he'll hear me give him a shout out. But it is not going to be the same without Alan in our hunt this time around, but we're just happy that Alan's still on the earth. So he's very lucky with the heart condition he had that he actually survived. So he should be back to good to go, probably hopefully by the fall hunt. So hopefully he'll be back in our carpool and we'll be back at it again. But shout out to you, Alan. Hopefully you can see this and, you know, give me a like on the video at least, my friend. Where's Rocky? He's sitting right behind me. Can you see him over my well, not that shoulder. He's over here, right behind me. He's laying on the couch. Let's see. All right. So anyway, what else is going on in my world? Well, we have had a rough week. We lost our one dog, Daisy, a couple weeks ago, and then earlier this week I lost my my father-in-law, my wife's father. So it's been a tough go, but you know, it's as he would say, life goes on, and we are moving forward here. So it's been a rough couple weeks, but we're getting back on track again. I should have some more videos coming out for you here in a couple weeks or a week or so. Got some in the queue for you, quick tips and things like that. If you guys like those quick tips, hit that like button. Just let me know, because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing too many more of those. I'm getting kind of mixed signals with them. Like, people like them. Some people don't care for them. They do lower my watch time on the channel, which I really don't care about that. But some people really give me a lot of kudos for those, but they don't get that many views. So, you know, I will keep doing them. If you guys want them, so you just have to let me know. Leave me a comment, shoot me a message or whatever. And don't forget, I just did a video today on, this is not a plug, but it is, I'm a very big fan of this product. It's Steve's Detector Rods. If you guys have not seen those videos I've done recently on his Deus 2 shaft and the RC Digs mount for the Deus 2, the remote mount, those two, that combination is a winner. I got that shaft a few weeks ago from Steve, and I'm telling you, that thing is amazing. The way he worked it out with RC Digs, Ryan over at RC Digs, and how to craft that mount for it to stay in there and screw in so it doesn't come out, it doesn't get loose, is genius. I mean, you'll never have to worry about losing your remote ever again. The shaft itself is a piece of work. It's a piece of art, actually. It's amazing. So I'm not here to he makes everything a little bit longer due to the way that they craft the carbon fiber rods and things like that. So it will be a little bit longer in length. It will still fit in the XP backpack. So I just want to clarify that. So there's no issue with that. So I'm going to give that a try when I go to DIV and take my XP Deus 2 in the Steve's Detector Rods shaft with me down there, and RC mount as well. So if you don't get a chance, if you want to check out those rods, check out my videos. I got them on the channel. I got one for the mount, RC Digs mount, as well as the Steve's Detector Rods, and also the counterbalance system that Steve has come up with that will literally make you feel like you don't even have a machine in your hand. It is that good. And it's something that's been giving me an idea of whether I wanted to pick up the 15-inch or the 13-inch coil or not. I think I'm going to now. So check that out. And I just put a video out today on how to install the external antenna for that shaft as well. You can either put on permanently, you don't ever have to take it off, or you can route it, you know, a certain way, and you can take it off if you want, but you don't need any extra holes. So whatever you get from the Steve's Detector Rods, the hole that already exists, the drain hole, you can route the antenna up through there. It comes out the back of the RC Digs mount, and it does not get in the way of anything. It's actually a really nice setup, and it runs all the way through the tube, so, or the carbon fiber shaft, so you won't worry about getting it snagged on anything. So that's awesome. I'm glad you like the quick tips, Greg. Appreciate you chiming in, and thank you for all the condolences out there. Appreciate that. Rock and roll cheers from Southern Europe. Holy moly. Seriously? Southern Europe? Wow. That's pretty cool. Welcome everybody that's new. Like I said, I'm just trying out this new live stream setup I got here. It seems like it's working. So I figured it was either going to fail miserably fast or was going to actually work okay. And I'd actually stay on and take some questions and just tell you what's going on in my world. What else is going on? So I am going to try to get one of my Patreon members, Jerry, just sent me 2 wireless transmitters in the mail that he couldn't get working. I'm going to try to get that working. See, I've never tried a wireless transmitter for the Manticore and or the Knox 800 or 900. I'm going to try these things he sent me and see how they work. If you guys have any ideas or any references that you could share with me in the comments for getting these things to work, I would appreciate it. I'm going to try to make that work for him. And I think he bought the WNM9, I think it is. What is the model called? It is one of these things. This is the old one, the WM8. I think he has the new ones that come out from Mind Lab. He purchased one of those and he's happy with that now. So he's just asked me if I would get that work and see if I can get those working. So I'll give those a try and see what happens. And maybe we'll have something new to show on some configurations, how-tos, or whatever. Let's see what else. A lot of people have been asking me, Manticore versus Deus versus Legend. Right now, I'm really back on the Deus just because of the shaft I got from Steve and the mount. I really, really like that setup. I just can't talk enough about it. But I will tell you guys that the Manticore, and I think you guys have seen over in if you're watching this channel, you probably watch or probably catch Southern Relic Adventures, Brian over there. Him and I have talked a lot about the Manticore. Matter of fact, there's a lot of people now I think are coming back around on the Manticore. That machine is growing on all of us. I think the ones that have started to use it a lot. These special Ferris limits that people are coming up with. I know Brian shared one with me. I think it was the perfect Ferris limits or something like that. Hey Gene, what's going on? I have tried those, and there's something going on with that machine. We're figuring some more stuff out about it. I've convinced a couple of my Patreon members to give it another look, and they have, and I think they're sold on it again. And even in hot iron, we're getting some good results. So if you have that machine and you just think that it's not a good machine, you got to give it another chance. You got to start watching some of Brian's videos over on the Southern Relic Adventures channel. He's been taking out a lot. I've been taking it out. It is now my go-to machine for the water, for the beach, for the this year it's going to be for the beach, for the water hunting and things like that. I feel so good about hunting for gold with the gold rings. I won't put it down. I just like it that much. I mean, I love the days too. I love it as well, but I don't have to deal with the external antenna when I'm with the Manticore. Even though now Steve's detector rods, I probably won't have to deal with the antenna because I've got it permanently mounted. So I probably will take it out and see how it works out. And but I'm all in on the Manticore as far as the water hunting goes. So that's just my opinion. I've been doing really well with it. Last year, towards the end of the year, I had a really good experience with the Manticore, and it sold me. And so I've been kind of expanding on that since then and using it again this year. And I already found my first ring in one of the water hunts I did. I did a water hunt last week, but unfortunately, for some reason, I had no audio. For the first couple frames or first couple videos I made had audio, and then the rest of them didn't. So I probably won't be able to share that one on the channel, but it just kind of sucks. When you put all that time into something, it just doesn't work out. The GoPro is not working well. I don't know what was going on with it. I have a special mount for it that I use, this thing right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And I have this little thing on for the wind. And when I use that, it cuts down all the wind noise, but it seems to flake out with the with the microphone. So sometimes it works. Most of the time it works. And then most of the time, some of the times it doesn't. And then I get screwed because I take all this footage and then I've got no audio. It just sucks. So I may do a voiceover. Who knows? We'll see if we can salvage it. Dig in Virginia. How are you? Alabama Digger, you're in. Brian Oliver's in. Wilton 925 says WM09 works great with wired earbuds. Bought one from my Equinox 900. Use it 3 times. Much better than the headphones in hot weather. Thanks for that. Yes, Gary, they are all good machines. You are absolutely correct. I'm not pitting one up against another. You will not hear me on this channel do that. I will not put one against the other and tell you to buy one or another. It is everybody's preferences out there. It is your decision, whatever makes you feel the best. It could be the Legend. Shoot, it could be an Xterra. It could be, one of these double scores. Whatever works for you, that's the machine you should be picking. So I'm not going to get on here and tell you that the Manticore is better than the CTX, even though a lot of people are telling me CTX is still better than the Manticore. Or CTX still, it's better than Manticore. I think they're crazy, but I know people are really, really tied to their CTX machines, and they're good machines, don't get me wrong, but they're just so slow compared to what you have nowadays, and heavy. Let me just add that in there. Let's see who else is in here. Let's see. Oh, Digging Virginia's talking to some folks in there. That's nice. How many people I got watching right now? 12 still? Okay. That's not bad for my first go at it here. What other things can I share with you? I got a couple good permissions coming up I'm hoping to get. I have a couple leads on some really big permissions I think would set me up for probably several years. I'm still working on that. That is here in Maryland. It is at a very, very unique place. And if I land that one, it's going to be epic. I'll just put it that way. It'll be just like the 1817 mansion that I landed a bunch of years ago. I'm thinking it'll produce just like that, but it's going to take me a little bit more time to get on there because it's the owners are a little uneasy about letting me on there, given some people that have been on there in the past. But just put it this way, it's several thousand acres. It used to be a military installation. So, and I don't really think it's been touched much. So it could be an amazing experience. But I'm still working out some of the details with the owner. So stay tuned for that. Digging Virginia says, I use your Deus 2 coin settings. Works really well. Well, all right, cool. Appreciate that. And if I'm missing some of your comments, I apologize because they're going by pretty quick. And I'm only seeing so many at a time. So, Wilton 925 said, I tried your Equinox 900 coin program today. Amazing how much better things pop. Yep. That's another thing I want to bring up too. Thanks for mentioning it, Wilton. That 900, I know a lot of people claim that the 900, the VDI jumps around a lot. Oh yeah, I see it now, 21. The 900 is a really good machine. I've been using that a little bit with the Fort Bedford gang down at some sites, colonial sites that we were testing some machines out, and that little Coiltech coil on there works really good. If you're watching this channel and you know me, on the 800, the Knox 800, I loved that Coiltech 10x5. Man, I feel like I still do. That's a magical combination. I feel like it's just as magical on that 900. So I know people complain about the VDIs jumping around a lot. I get it. I think once you use a machine enough, you don't look at the VDIs so much. You listen for the sounds, and you'll know what's a good signal versus a number that's jumping 1 or 2 numbers. In some of the places I've been to with John, the Fort Bedford gang, we've had numbers jump from, I would say 10 numbers by turning 90 degrees. The numbers change 90 by 10 or so points or numbers. You got to take those in heavy iron because it's just that iron's just drawing everything down, changing a lot of things. So don't be jaded by the jumpy numbers. Just listen. Those signals will tell you. They will sound good. They will tell you that you should dig that or not. Now, if you hear some iron fuzzing on around the edges of it, you may want to pass on it. But the ones I dug down there, and I have the videos out there on my channel, All those signals I dug sounded really good, and I got fooled a couple times. But like I said, don't let the VDIs jumping around fool you. The Xterra does the same thing, by the way. If you use the Xterra, you can't watch the numbers, and you just can't. If you do, you're gonna be missing some stuff. So use your ears, use your sound. As you learn something, as you use it long enough, you will pick up the nuances of those machines and you'll start figuring it out. I think that's what's going on with Manticore for a lot of us. We've been using it now so long that, I almost can guarantee what I'm digging in the hole. Like, I mean, if you've seen some of the videos, I'm predicting before I even dig them what I think it's going to be, whether it be iron or something else. Um, it's you just get good at listening to the signals, and so just put more time on those machines if you guys get frustrated. So just give it some more time. One of my Patreon members, I'm not going to call her out, but she was very frustrated with the Manticore for a long time, and we did a Zoom call, walked her through the coin settings, set her up with that way, and she's been doing curb strips and things like that, and really crushing it. She posts on my Facebook group all the time and shows us what she finds, and silver is coming out of the ground for her like crazy. So you just gotta give it some time. She was ready to give that machine up. She had a CTX for a long time. She still does. But I think now I got her converted over to Manticore. If I didn't, maybe I'm crazy. But I think she's a big believer in the Manticore now, and but I could be wrong. And oh, by the way, on the Manticore, if you guys haven't got the M8 coil yet, man, that is like the M8 for the Manticore is like the coil tech for the 800 10x5. It is banging, man. It is amazing coil. So if you have not got that coil yet, you need to get that coil. If you like to hunt for coins and you like to hunt, in heavy iron and things like that, that coil is going to make a big difference for you. Trust me, it is an amazing coil. So that's just my opinion. But I love that coil. I couldn't wait to get it. Glad I got it. And kudos to shout out to Fort Bedford for getting me that coil. So what else can we talk about? And what other comments coming in here? Let's see. The comments seem to be stuck, or they're not, or you guys aren't seeing anything. Can y'all do me a favor though? If you go out there, can you hit that like button on the video? It just helps the video go a little bit further after y'all are done watching it and somebody else picks it up. They'll push it out further. So Will's Web, have you heard anything about Baltimore City discontinuing metal detecting permits? I think Gary was telling me that. No sound? Did I lose the sound? Did you guys hear me still? Can you guys still hear me? Give me a thumbs up or just let me know in the chat. Looks like I'm still talking, getting some audio out there. If I'm not, something may have happened. Or less the... Okay. I want to make sure. The comments are delayed, so if I look like I'm clueless, it's because it's all catching up quickly. So somebody mentioned about Baltimore permits, metal detecting permits. I heard that they were put on hold or something. So it looks like somebody said that they were on hold until further notice. So I don't know. Nose Digger, how you doing? I see you joined in. And I don't. Does anybody know why they're putting a hold on those permits? I don't really hunt in Baltimore County. So if you guys know, if somebody knows why, I'd like to hear that or figure out why that's going on, because that's crazy. I know a couple people where they hunt that's really going to put the screws to them. Cool. Thank you for confirming you can still hear me, Greg. Ricky Bennett, heard anything on the G-Storm release date? I have not. Heard anything on that. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure what the G-Storm is, to be honest with you. Who makes it? Who's making it? Is it a Garrett machine or something? I heard Garrett's coming out with something, but I'm not sure what it is. Anything on the G-Storm? I know the comments are probably delayed, but Okay. New Garrett 8 Pro. That's what I thought. Okay. I heard of something. Garrett was doing something. I thought it might be that. So Alabama Digger said the new Garrett AT Pro replacement better be good or Garrett will be in trouble. So I'm guessing it should be good. Well, I hope you're right, Alabama Digger. I would love to see Garrett come roaring back with an amazing machine. I mean, how many? I wish you guys could see raise your hands, but how many out there had an AT Pro? I mean, those machines back in the day were awesome. It was tried and true. Matter of fact, I wish I still had one for water hunting. I don't have one anymore. That machine works really well in the water, but I mean, man, going back to about 11 years ago when I first had that machine, man, we tore it up. But yeah, I hope Garrett does come back with something good too. Jack says he got a double score and he loves it. I have not even considered trying one of those. So I just didn't understand the point of the score and the double score. I mean, I understand why they made them or whatever, but I mean, if you have a Legend or if you had a Simplex, I mean, is it really that much better? I mean, I don't know. No, I've never had one in my hands, so you guys tell me. I hear a lot of people talking about them, and they say they love them. I guess they're a lot simpler to use, and they're pretty much turn on and go, I guess. Hey, happy Easter to you, Double B Hobbies. Thanks. So Ricky's commenting on Gates Garrett. G-Storm's the Garrett machine. Gotcha. Thank you. Like I said, I don't have any background information on that machine. I've been so far detached from Garrett since the Apex came out, which I thought was okay machine or when it came out, but it just didn't live up to all the hype that they put behind it. So I'm wondering what it's going to look like. Is there any? I'll have to go out and check it out, see if there's anything out there that they're putting pictures or anything out of it. I haven't seen anything yet. Gary Diggs says the head of Baltimore County Recs and Parks does not like metal detectors. Great. That's not a good sign. Hey, John. Welcome to John Kreider Artist. Thanks for coming and welcome to the show, I guess. I didn't fail fast, so we're here. Still going. Amazingly, that the internet has not cut out on me yet. I have Starlink, so sometimes when it rains, we have an issue with things cutting out once in a while. But for the most part, Starlink's been really super good for me, making me be able to do these kinds of things now. So it's really awesome. Steve Shepard said, I still have my AT Pro, lots of good finds with it, so can't sell. I agree with you, man. I agree. Yeah, it was hard for me to part with my AT Pro, but I sold it for almost as much as I paid for it. It was just, I couldn't pass it up. And Ding in Virginia, yep, the Legend is no slacker, no doubt. I mean, that machine, since they did that update version 1.1, 1.1, I believe it is, that was a completely new machine. So, I mean, I was amazed. I did not like the Legend when it first came out. I'm going to be fully honest with you. I thought it felt good in your hands. It was a tough machine. But I just didn't like the way it sounded. I didn't like the way it performed. But when they made that update, or put out that update, I went back to it and tried it again. I was like, wow, that was a big game changer for me. My frustration with the Legend has always been the menu navigation. I know you guys that use the Legend, use anything long enough, you get used to it, but I just found it frustrating trying to figure out, remember where all the secret little hidden menus were on things. And so I've used it enough now where it's not a big deal, but I'm hoping whatever they come up with next, they do some sort of a simplified interface. That's why I think the Manticore, they really thought that one through. I mean, if you think about it, the Manticore, I'm not comparing the two, honestly, I'm just, usability or the way you can navigate through the menu. I think the Manticore, the way MindLab did it, was almost like common sense. Like, you do this first, second, just go up the menu tree, and you're setting up your machine as if it's telling you what to do next. So I hope that when Legend, whatever they do for the Legend next, they come out with a simplified interface, a little bit bigger interface or something, and make it a little bit more easier on the people, users using it. That's my only gripe. Other than that, the machine is an amazing machine for the price. You can't beat it. And with that LG 24 coil that they came out with, again, I love the smaller coils. that coil is just like the coil tech for the Mind Labs. It is really good. So if you haven't picked up that coil, you should consider it. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. But the Legend, killer machine for the price, no doubt. No doubt. Just a little bit of interface issue for me, and that's it. Let's see. So Lewis says he currently uses the Knox 600 and the Legend. There's nothing wrong with the 600. I've always said, for some people, that's all they need. They don't need anything fancier than the 600 or the 700. Now the 700. A lot of people just like to turn on machine and go. And for the 6 and 700, that's pretty much what you can do. And they work just as good even on the water. So on the beach. And, don't knock down that Xterra Pro either. That thing's a really good machine for the price too. Man. Let's see what else here. Ooh, Gary says I got 30 people watching right now. That's crazy. What are y'all doing with your life? Tuning in to watch me fail or try to fail on a live stream. I'm glad it's working though, because this is good. I'm gonna have to do this when we go down to Virginia next week and see if we can make it work down there too. Rick says, I wish I could find a Garrett GTI 2000, but can't find one nowhere. I've never used that machine, so I couldn't tell you whether that's the old big green one, isn't it? Had a big green box on it, if I remember correctly. My first machine, I started out with a White's 5900 Di, I believe. John just said he still has his 600 Di Pro. That machine was a killer back in the day. Actually, they are still good machines. A lot of people like the blue and gray that they came out with too. When I first got that machine, I didn't know how to use that machine. I had no one around me. I mean, that's part of the reason why I created this channel, I think. I did not have anybody to help me with that machine. Didn't know what the hell ground balance was. I didn't know anything. And all I could do is make it work enough to find enough money for the summer to pay it off. I think I paid $400 for it. I used part of my re-enlistment bonus when I was in the Air Force. And but I never understood how to use that machine. But as I've gotten older and more, wiser, more experienced, I look back, I'm like, man, that machine was a butt kicker when in its day. And that's how I traded that machine in for an AT Pro. That's what I traded it for the AT Pro. I don't regret it. I just wish I would have kept that old machine. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that. Derek Harris says, I was wondering if my lab would have updated the 600 to have 20 kilohertz. Would have made a difference to the people that purchased it when it first came out. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I'm partial to that. I don't know if those frequencies make that big of a difference. I mean, I guess they do, depending on what you hunt for. So perhaps, I mean, it just depends, I guess, of who you are and what you hunt for. Steve Shepard says, Nocta is a very generous company. At the last event I went to, they gave every kid that attended a new machine. Oh, that's pretty wild. That's really cool if they did that. Rule number 1, digging in Virginia. Before we certify your Baltimore City metal detecting permit application, you must demonstrate to us the ability to dig a 6-inch hole in the turf outside using a digging hole. Seriously? That's what they're doing? Holy moly. Man, they're getting hardcore. Wow. Well, I mean, if they don't want you metal detecting in Baltimore, it's not going to let you. So I hope they change their mind for you guys that detect down there. Because I would like to go down that one park. I know we had talked about going down there before, and I have never hunted that place. So I hear a lot of things about it, and people find stuff in there, but never been there. So hopefully I can get down there before they close it or tell us we can't do it. So yeah, we were talking about the older machines. So I traded in my 5900 for an AT Pro, and then I used the AT Pro for a couple years, and then I went to Gettysburg Electronics in Gettysburg, obviously, and Don Hinks at the time. If you guys are local here, you know Don Hinks. Don Hinks convinced me to buy the Deus. Now the Deus, nobody even knew about that Deus hardly at all, and I bought the Deus. And the reason he convinced me to buy the Deus, I found out later, was because he didn't know how to use it, and he wanted me to learn how to use it so I could teach him how to use it. And let me tell you, that was a difficult machine to learn. And the first time I used that machine, it was not right. There was something not right about it. And actually, the real reason I got that machine was because my friend Ted had one, and he was smoking me with an AT Pro. I mean, my AT Pro in iron was not picking up the same signals and coins that he was finding walking behind me that I was missing. So that really tuned me into that machine. But for 6 months using that machine, no lie, out of the box, it was not configured right. I couldn't even hear a silver diamond 3 inches in the ground. I was ready to wrap that thing around the tree. And then my buddy Ted told me, he says, you should reload software, reinstall it. And when I did, it was like, man, the new machine just came to life. And then I was hooked on Deus ever since. But Don did tell me later that year, he says, well, the reason why I wanted you to get that machine, because I didn't really know how to use it, and I wanted you to help me. Oh, good old Don. And he's still around, by the way. If you guys haven't, if you guys knew Don Hinks here in the local area up in Gettysburg, he is still around. He's still part of our club. He still comes to our meetings. Amazing guy. All right, get back to the questions here. Let's see. Greg Dudley says, what is the little pry bar tool you use? Are you talking about the hand shovel I use, or is it I think you might be referring to the devil's tongue, if that's what you're talking about. The devil's tongue is something my friend Brian from my Patreon group sent me, and they are really nice. Matter of fact, I really recommend. I have it in my bag all the time now. It is something that you can really pop out small spaces, between rocks and things like that. It's just a little, I don't have it with me, but it's just a little flat blade, no bigger than I think a 1/2 inch wide. And it has a little bit of a tapered end to it, and it's kind of curved at the end. It just works really well, and you could probably get away with it in the parks as well, because I know some parks won't let you dig unless you're digging with a screwdriver. You could probably dig with that one and be okay. But it's a really cool little tool. Brian sent it to me thinking I could use it in the water, and I probably could. I'd have to file it down or shave it down a little bit to make it thinner to get into the bedrock, in between the bedrock. But I like it on land. I have it with me all the time. And then if you're referring to the hand digger I use, that was a custom made hand trowel that, again, from Brian, one of my Patreon members, had made for us. And that thing has a two serrated. It's serrated on each side of the shovel. It's not very thick, not very wide. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. It's got a pistol grip handle on it, so you really dig with it. And I love that. I wish somebody else would come out with that feature and build those, because the guy that does them, I don't know if he makes them anymore. He's an older gentleman. But you can, the place I got him is backwoodsdetecting.com, I think it was. Let me double check. Backwoods, just to confirm. Yeah, backwoodsmetaldetectors.com is where I got my little hand trowel. And I think he might sell the devil's tongue too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here if he has them or not. Shop now. Digging tools. So no, he doesn't have that on there, and I don't see the hand trowels anymore. So you might, if you want that hand trowel that I have, the one that's custom, reach out to the guy in Backwoods. I think he has a person that makes them, and if he calls the guy, he might be able to get you one, but I don't know anymore. It's been a while since I've had mine. So, and we had a couple more of them made for some other folks. So really, really cool guy over there. Just reach out to him. He'll hook you up. Let's see. Looks like Rocky had a big day. Yeah, Rocky's tired. He was outside all day today, running around with me. I wear him out because he wears me out if I don't. He'll be dropping a ball at my foot every time I move in the house here. So we got to keep him tired or he'll drive us all crazy, even on a live stream. But love that dog. Jesus. Let's see who else here. Let's see. Lewis says, I'm fixing to get the Knox 700. I've had my Knox 600 for a while now, and it's way out of warranty. Well, yep, get the 700. You got a lot more features in the 700 now. So I mean, I would even consider if you can do it, get the 900. Go all in and get the 900 if you can do it. I know a lot of people may not need those features, but when you can customize those tone breaks and iron fill, all those things that you can't do with the 600 and the 700, I really feel like you're shortchanging yourself. But I mean, if you don't need all that stuff and you want the 700 for the beach, things like that, then the 700 is more than enough machine. It works great. Let's see what else. We should all be digging tidy wherever we hunt. Or city will step in sooner or later. You're actually good point, Steve. The place I'm trying to get access to was not even open for me to even consider digging there. They told me it was absolutely a no to metal detecting, and the reason why was because the guys that are doing the grounds, keeping the grounds up, they let some people in there, I think a year before, and they left holes, and the groundskeeper were running over them with the lawnmowers, and it was actually they came out and said, nope, we're not doing it anymore. And so I'm in the middle of not pleading, but really putting my case forward on why I think I should be allowed to do that versus somebody else, just for the historical or the archaeological piece to it, the history of the place. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, if somebody goes in there and screws up some things, then it screws up everything for everybody. So if you're out there, you're not covering, filling in your holes or doing a nice job, please reconsider. Take your trash with you, fill in your holes. It does everybody else, the justice as well. So it keeps us in the game. Let's see, any more comments? I can't believe I've been on this thing for 44 minutes already. Crazy. I understand now how these things can get away from you if you're not watching. I really didn't think I'd be on this long. Let's see what else can I throw out at you today. 28 watching. Dang, that's crazy. I appreciate all you guys dropping in. If you're new to the channel, please, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm also, I'm not throwing out this to be, to push anybody that direction, but if you're interested in joining our Patreon group, feel free to join us over there. It's a really good group. We have a good time in there. I do Zoom calls and things like that. I'm also starting the YouTube memberships. I've also turned those on. I got a few people in there now. I share my content early in that group. If the live streams are going to work, I may offer up, a different service over there and offer a live stream up once or a couple times a month if these work. As well as Patreon, we do Zoom calls and things like that. So both groups similar in nature, but just offer a couple little different things. But we do made a bunch of really cool friends in our Patreon group, and I appreciate everybody who might be in here tonight that is. And I thought I saw Gene in here, and Gary's in here. But I do really enjoy that group, and I share a ton of stuff over there, posts and things, and people share stuff with me, and that's a lot of the content on this channel is because of the interest that they have in certain things. And so that majority of the videos you see out there are because of those folks pushing me to or giving me the ideas, I should say, not pushing me, but I'm glad to do it. But they give me the ideas, and I do them. So most of the content you see is because of them. And so big shout out to the Patreon group, and a big shout out to the YouTube memberships, the what I call the Mental Metal Alliance on the YouTube side. So if you wanted to support, jump over there, do one of those, that'd be great. I also have a Facebook group called Mental Metal that I run as well. And if you're from Maryland, I also run the Metal Detecting Maryland Facebook group. It has a ton of people in there. So join us over there in those two places, and you guys are going to start seeing that. I hate to admit it, but I'm trying to do TikTok a little bit more. I'm trying to do Instagram a little bit more. So I'm doing a lot of short content on those platforms. trying some new things just to test the algorithms here. If you guys don't know me that well, I have a big interest in this whole social media platforms and how they work. And so I've taken some classes on a bunch of things to understand how search engine optimization works for my website. So I have a big interest, and it's a big passion of mine to kind of learn that stuff behind the scenes and then apply it and see how it works. So, it works pretty well. I think I'm doing okay. A lot of people give me a lot of advice on how to grow this channel, but a lot of people give bad advice. So I don't really listen to a lot of people. I've grown this channel from the beginning, and it's grown at a steady pace, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not a huge YouTube channel, nor do I want to be, but I think what I offer you guys out there is valuable content that I would want to know if I was in this hobby. So I'm just trying to help everybody out, just trying to do some things that I would think somebody might be out there wondering, how do I do this, or how do I use this machine, or and that's really why I do the channel. So for all you guys that have subscribed to the channel, thank you very much, and I appreciate it. You guys have been along for the ride. This channel has gone through leaps and bounds changes over the years, but I think we've hit our niche with the how-to stuff. So I really like doing that stuff, and I get a kick out of people that actually really appreciate that. So that's my reward. So I appreciate you guys out there for tuning in today as well. But for the YouTube members that have been there from the beginning, you know who you are out there. And I just appreciate it. So, but I am trying to do some other things. You'll see some short video content here in the channel during the week. I try to do those during the week. I'm trying to mess around a little bit, showing you more water stuff, and of course, quick tips are on Tuesdays and Thursdays if I can do them in time. I've been showing over on Patreon a little bit behind the scenes, kind of like how the sausage gets made kind of stuff. They've been asking for some of that, so I have one video out how I create videos and how I put all that stuff together. I'm going to do another one on how I do the month planning to do these things. I actually do some planning a month ahead sometimes when I can, but you have to have some sort of plan in advance when you work a full-time job, and if you don't just do it haphazardly, it'll stress you out. So I've been showing some of that stuff over on the Patreon side. So that there is a video that I have on the channel. I haven't released it yet, about the sausage making, about videos. I don't know if I'll release it to the internet, to the YouTube. I don't know if people would care about that, but if you think you want to see that, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make a decision whether I want to release that to you guys or not, because it is really cut and dry. It's black and white. It's nothing really fancy. I think I wasn't really too enthusiastic when I made the video. I tried to be, but it didn't come through. But I don't mind showing that stuff if people really are thinking about doing their own channel, creating their own videos. There's some shortcuts to those things that, I've learned over the years, editing, video, planning is a huge part of it, trying to get ahead, just trying to stay ahead of things. So when you want to take off a week, it doesn't crush you. You don't feel like you're losing out on something. And besides, if you don't like what you're doing, like on this channel, like me creating videos, then you shouldn't be doing this. I absolutely love doing this kind of content for you guys. So to me, it's just a lot of fun. It's icing on the cake, honestly. But Greg Dudley says Backwoods has both diggers on eBay. Does he? I didn't know he's on eBay. Okay, get the trowel, get the devil's tongue. Tell him the Mental Metal channel sent you. I don't know if he'll remember me or not, but he might. I don't know. He'll probably remember the guy named Brian. So you might want, if you want to mention Brian, he might remember that guy. But Brian worked with the guy a lot when he got us those diggers, so those trowels. Let's see. I wish Deus would come out with a small coil. Greg, I agree, but I think the problem with the Deus coils is the wiring and stuff in the coil. All the technology is in the coil, and I don't think they can make a footprint small enough to house all that. Now, maybe they will in the future. But I was told that making really small coils is really, really hard, and getting all that stuff that they use inside of it. So I don't know if we'll see it. I know that for the original Deus, they had an elliptical coil, which I would love to see that come out again. I never used it, but I heard good things about it. It just wasn't as deep as like the 9-inch coil was, but I would love to see something like that. I agree with you, Greg. I wish they would come out with a smaller coil. The 9-inch is a killer coil, and I think the 9-inch is made for the Deus 2. And in the Deus 1, I think that it's just a perfect combination. But if I don't have the 13-inch, and I've heard good things about the 13-inch, so I think Brian over on the Southern Relic Adventures will swear to you that it performs better in iron than you could imagine. So I have never had it, so I don't know. But since I got the Steve's detector rods, I might have to get that 13-inch coil, because I don't want it wearing me out. I want to swing that thing all day. But now with that counterbalance system he has, I think that's doable. So I might have to invest. I might have to start looking around and try and get one of those. Thanks, Bart. Bart comes and says, we appreciate you, and I appreciate you guys. So thank you, Bart. I appreciate that. Like I said, I try to help you guys. That's my MO on this channel, is trying to help people out. And you realize when I started doing that, people used to give me a bunch of crap and tell me I was revealing all the secrets to this hobby, and they didn't feel it was right because now everybody's gonna know about it. I would just laugh. Like, really? That is crazy talk. Yeah. These are people in different parts of the country telling me that the secrets I was giving up were they were going to come, it was going to backfire on me, and I was never going to be able to get permissions again. And I was like, wow, man, you are a sheltered person. So I didn't listen to that person either. So I just kept doing my thing the way I want to do it. And I think it's worked out. All right. So where am I located? Oh, well, I can't reveal my secret bunker location because I don't want to do that. But I will tell you that I'm very, very close to Gettysburg, and I'm in between the same permissions. It's the best I can tell you. So getting a permission in Gettysburg is like pulling teeth. Good luck. I've tried. I've had a couple here and there for a couple years, and never found much on them. They've just been pounded. My best Civil War site, for me personally, has been a place literally 4 miles from my house, on a farm that, I have videos all over my channel on it, on a farm that the guy owned it, him and his wife Wanda, Lee and Wanda. When I went over there to ask them if I could metal detect on their property, they wondered where the hell I've been for 35 years because they were waiting for somebody to ask if they could metal detect, and I was the only one that came, surprisingly. And that place was loaded with stuff, untouched by the Union troops. Were there. They camped there for a night or two, and then Jeb Stuart's troop came through, and they camped there a night or two. It was just, I just got lucky, And then the field adjacent to him on a different property was also, he got me on that property. So again, that was loaded as well. So we had a really good run for a couple of years, but unfortunately, that place is pretty much hunted out. I haven't gone back there too much anymore because we just haven't found anything. And the other property, same thing. We've had all kinds of machines, group hunts, everything over there. And I've even had the GPX Mine Lab, GPX, a pulse induction machine over there, try to get the deepest stuff out. And I haven't had any luck in probably like the last 10 hunts I've been over there. So I pretty much just wrapped it up and gave it away. So nothing much there, but I'm close to Gettysburg, and I'm close to Frederick. There's activity down there. I got a couple places down there, and I've hunted over the years, and it's produced some good stuff along the water and things like that. So I'm always looking for new places. So matter of fact, I'm trying to get a couple more this year. So, but that's all I can tell you where I'm at. I'm not gonna give any more secrets. Day in Virginia, Deus 13 is good. I use it in the fields. Yep, I would use it in the fields too. And John, you have my shirt on today. That's awesome. John's one of my Patreon members, so I appreciate you, John. Shout out to John. He likes my orange shirt. I love this shirt. This is one of my faves. I got one with Rocky on it too. I got some new stuff coming on the Mental Metal Detecting store. I've got some new logo stuff out there. If you guys haven't checked it out, some new stickers. I don't know if I have them in front of me or not. I thought I brought them downstairs, but They are amazing. I love these stickers. I wish I just knew what I did with them. I thought I brought them down here, but I guess I didn't. Oh, wait, I think I see him. Yep. So I got 2 new stickers out. I actually got a couple stickers out. I'll show you guys. Decals, I guess. Die cut decals for your vehicles. Hopefully the light doesn't reflect them too much, but when in doubt, dig it out. And it's spring, let it swing from Rocky. So if you guys want one of these, they're over on my store. I'll put a link in the description or whatever, but I don't control the prices. I'll tell you right now, I think they're overpriced, to be honest with you, but they are really good quality, and I've had one in my truck for a long time, and it's never faded. So those are the 2 new logos. I had some shirts made up. They're on their way. I'm waiting to get my sweatshirt here next couple days before I go to DIV, so I'm hoping to get that one. But buffer fluffer when you were just revealing your location. Sorry about that. Must be the rain. Sniff Out says, I have a 15 for my Explorer Arc XS. No problem. Yeah, I have a 15 for the Equinox. I'm just not a big fan of the big coils for some reason. I just don't like swinging them, but that's just me. That's all I can say. Just me. If you guys like those bigger coils, more power to you. I will try them, though, if I get them. I've done tests on them and things like that in the past, too. So, but I think the 13 for me in the days 2 might be happening. I might have to get that coil. I have the lower carbon shaft from Steve's detector rods ready to go for it. So, I might have to get it soon. I might have to talk to John Fort Bedford to see if he has one. But listen, it's almost 7 o'clock. Again, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button for me, more people in this live stream than I really expected to, so I really appreciate it. I think since we did this and it seemed to be a success, I'm just hoping I could figure out a way to look at the comments better. They seem to buffer and then they fly in all of a sudden and I get lost in them. I'll work on that for the next round. But look for me at DIV next week. Be down there. Heading down there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll do something live, hopefully, if I have to do it on my phone, but I might just do it from the field and see how that turns out. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today, and hopefully this worked out for you, and hopefully it worked out for me. So I guess I'm going to sign off, and just want to say thanks again for everything. And appreciate all you guys for tuning in. And until next time, I guess I will see you in another Mental Metal video. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making me not look stupid.